Hello and welcome. My name is Andrew Van Hassel, and I'm just going to show you how I made a synthesizer in Metasounds in Unreal 5. Um, I started small. I wanted to just start with a white key that was animated. So I made this static mesh white key with a rotation. Um, so when the character begins the overlap, um, it rotates down 2%. So that was the first thing. I then went on to make a whole keyboard out of it. So I made a black key one, too, added them all together, and then I started to add my Metasounds sine wave to it. So this is the sine wave. I made different Metasounds for each individual key. So that's just the sine wave there, so that when the player steps on it, it plays the sine wave. So that was great. I was like, okay, cool. It's working. That's awesome. But it was kind of boring. So I figured, I was like, I want to make more effects to this. I want to maybe put a filter on it. And, maybe the filter wouldn't be noticed as much with the sine. So I decided to do a saw wave for the effects part of it. So I did the same thing, except first I made a static mesh of this whole thing. So now I had that saved, and I opened it up, and instead I put my saw wave in here. So now this is a saw keyboard. Here's the saw wave. So same thing here, just a saw wave, but this time I wanted to add effects. So in a separate Metasounds, I decided to make a filter with an LFO. To start, audio in, audio out. I'm affecting the cutoff and the resonance with the different LFO. So that was cool, and I was like, oh man, that's awesome. You can just open it up in a different Metasound. So it's like a Metasound inception. So I saved this, and I was able to easily open it up in any one of my other Metasounds. So that was super helpful. I was like, okay, cool. I'm getting somewhere. So with that being said, that's the saw wave. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I'll just show you how this all works. And that's the gravity ball. I got to take that out of there. So yeah, this is the sine keyboard here that I put on an angle with the ball on it, just to show that the ball can weigh the keys down. That was cool. And then I did the separate the saw wave here. So yeah, I'm just practicing hot cross buns. So yeah, in the future, what I want to be able to do is not just affect this just by standing on it, but also put maybe more of those like static mesh boxes on it. So like, the player can pick up a box, put it down on the desired keys, and it'll hold the keys down. And then hopefully, it could be like a maybe ambient drone kind of thing. And I want to try and affect more parameters, so the player can put the boxes down and then run over to like a switch or something and change it from sine wave to saw wave, and all this kind of stuff, like change the LFO, the filter, delays, whatever I can think of, and have it as interactive as possible. So it'd be kind of fun just running around and affecting these parameters. So that's the future. I'm not sure if I can do it yet. It's kind of a brain pretzel. I'm still figuring this stuff out. So, hopefully the video I do later on will have that in it. And yeah. So I hope you liked it. That's my Metasounds Unreal 5 synthesizer. And thanks for watching. Take care.